Ray Stagich is standing by. We love Ray. There's something wrong with him, but we love him. And he's standing by at the Weather Channel to explain himself. Because, look, the weather sucks. And, I mean, if it's not your fault, whose fault is it?
I don't know.
That's exactly right.
I'll take the blame. I mean, what did I do, though? What do you mean it sucks? It's not terrible out there. Or you just don't like the cold?
No, it sucks because, listen, there's people right now who will never see their family again just because they made the mistake of getting on the Kennedy or the Eisenhower.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's harsh.
Yeah. Well, I just hope they can someday make it home again.
But and so I don't know what we've learned or not learned over the years. When you are driving, just because it's not snowing hard, the difference is that, when you get snow with temperatures in the teens and 20s, it gets icy quicker.
Yep.
Because the ground is so cold that the snow sticks immediately, and with traffic on top of the pavement and the road surfaces, basically it packs it down and it doesn't melt. They can treat some of these road surfaces and they may do a little bit better, but generally when you get a lighter snow, the facts and the data shows you there's actually more accidents because I think people think that they are safe when they're really probably less safe.
Right. And now coupling with all of this, the plummeting temperatures, we're going back into the double-digit wind chills this weekend.
That's why I'm living in an igloo.
Me too. I'm going to sit inside and, hey, watch football if you dare to. Wind chill advisories, they're in effect through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Cook County, DuPage County, surrounding counties, Will County, Lake County in Indiana, also Lake County, Illinois, all out of the wind chill advisory. Western suburbs, close enough, I like to say. Still single digits and teens below zero, probably through tomorrow morning. The leftover snow this morning, seeing some snow showers now coming through LaGrange and heading down toward Creekwood and Orland Park. So, again, you may coat a road surface, even though the snow is not going to amount to much. There's blowing snow, too. So one road surface one way might have looked like it had been treated and okay, but you come back and some of the snow blew back over it. And if you come back the other way, it could be icy. So don't think just because you're traveling out and about and you'd be like, hey, this road was better earlier. It might get worse even if there's no precip coming out of the sky. Oh, boy, I hope all that made sense.
So basically...
Yeah. No, it did. That was good.
So basically...
The snowpocalypse.
Yeah.
So basically, we got to put up with freezing, terrible cold today, dicey travel, but there's really nowhere to go. You can't escape from it. It's cold everywhere.
Yeah, it is, except it's going to be 80 in South Beach, Florida. So hop a flight because they're going to be complaining about 50-degree temperatures on Sunday morning. Did want to mention, too, in northwest Indiana, Porter County and east, there is a lake effect snow band setting up, so there's a winter storm warning there. They could actually end up with quite a bit of snow, but it'll be a narrow band. And right now it looks like it's Michigan City and Kingsbury and in LaPorte County. But that snow band, if it drifts any, could impact Porter County and areas further east, too. So that's where there'll be some 6+ totals. So if you're traveling into northwest Indiana, you'll hit the cold and the snow. But I don't know if I'm stealing the headline here. Warmer weather on the way next week.
All right.
30s, maybe 40 one of the days?
Maybe we could be into the 40s. I'm a little concerned about Monday morning. We'll be near freezing and could have some precip in. So we may deal with a little snow and freezing rain as that cold, shallow air may be at the surface, and then just a plain rain. And it's going to be mild, and we're going to have rain chances right on through the middle of next week. By Thursday, we could be near. Wednesday, we might be near 42, which is going to feel absolutely balmy compared to
100%
below zero temperatures this weekend.
So the most dangerous temperature for freezing rain is what? It's not 32, right?
Well, I'd say if you're seeing rain and you're feeling rain, let's go through that definition first because my dad, God bless him, he's 85 years old and he still doesn't get it right. Freezing rain is not the little ice pellets that come out of the sky. That's sleet. So sleet makes a beat. You hear it pinging off your windshield, whatever. Freezing rain is actually liquid until it touches that surface that is 32 degrees or lower. So if you're 30 or even into the 20s and you're walking outside in your exposed skin and you're feeling like you're getting wet and it's not sleet or snow, that is when you have the bigger problems because it freezes instantly on contact with that surface that's below.
And that's how you get a hockey rink.
And that's how you get the ice and how you get the accretion of ice on the tree limbs and the power lines. Right now, don't know how much of that ice accretion we're going to get Monday, but temperatures are going to be coming out of the teens Sunday night into Monday morning, which could be problematic if that precipitation gets here before we get temperatures above 30 degrees. That could lead to some icing, and we may have that icing continue even into Monday night, where forecast low temperatures are just below, right around 32, 31 degrees. So could get a little tricky before we get this warm up. So we'll probably have a little bit more to talk about as we go through the weekend and early next week in terms of wintry precip. Then I do think we get out of it. Whole eastern half of the nation warms up. And then we'll see if we get a return to the polar vortex. Some hints that we may see some cold air come back sometime in early February.
I hope not, because I got mugged by two guys in crafty beaver hats when it got super cold. It seems like it happens all the time. All right, for people that want to bet the kids' milk money, my new favorite coach might be Tampa Bay head coach Todd Bowles, who was asked this week how he keeps his team prepared for the cold weather, and he reminded the reporter we're playing in a dome. It's Tampa Bay and Detroit, so no weather in Detroit. San Francisco is the weirdest weather in the country. It's like cold in August and warm in March and all that. So it's probably just windy and wet there. But what about Baltimore and Buffalo?
Baltimore, they are going to be cold, but I think precipitation free, but not extremely cold. In Buffalo, you've had 30-plus inches of snow this week, but I think no snow and temperatures in the 20s. In Baltimore, lots of sunshine. You'll probably be near freezing, but a stiff northwest breeze. So chilly, but I think it's manageable cold for that part of the country. And in Buffalo here, let me take a peek real quick. Buffalo, the
this
lake
is a Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday night. Looks like we are going to have just partly clear and a few clouds, and temperatures are going to be in the 20s during the day, probably around 20 at kickoff, and an overnight low only forecast to 19. So it should be pretty good. The weather will not impact that game.
They're going to have the fans sweeping off the stands again.
They've already put the call out for them. Yeah.
Did you guys see
a couple of days though?
Did you guys see the TikTok and viral video everywhere? But when people left that Bills game last week, I'm not making this up, most of them are in snow pants, but the steps on the stadium were so slick.
Oh, yeah.
That they dropped down to their butts and they slid down the stairs because everybody was falling.
Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I believe it, but they came out. Same thing for the Kansas City game. I was surprised that they. I know they filled the lower decks. I didn't get a good shot at the upper deck. But look, people show up, and no matter
It's amazing.
what, people are going to show up. Even Taylor Swift made it, but I'd love to know where she got that jacket from. That was kind of neat.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, we'll get you one. We'll get you all of Taylor Swift's clothes. Ray Stagich, great information. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, have a good
See you,
weekend.
Ray.
That's Ray from the Weather Channel. Cliff Kingsbury, you know who that is?
Yes.
Used to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
He's interviewing for the Bears offensive coordinator job.
Oh, that's a good sound. That's good, right?
Could be.
Well, anyone we get it will be better than
the play calling we had. Yeah, I think you're probably right. And Mike McCarthy is staying in Dallas in case you missed that memo. So I saw Bill Belichick this morning with a sign that said, "We'll coach and be grumpy for food."
I was going to say, did you see him in Chicago? Did you see him at the Kennedy?
Yeah, he was just walking back and forth. I go, "Bill, you want to come inside?" He said, "No."
I'd want him to interview.
It was a long talk.